A divine word missionary, Father Marian Zelazek, hailing from Poland and belonging to the SVD India East Province, was called to his eternal reward on 30th April 2006 in Puri, Odisha, after 56 years of tireless and dedicated service to the least, last, and the lost, especially the lepers. At his demise, one of his leper colony inmates instantaneously exclaimed, "Here is a great and holy man, truly a man of God, who by his presence in Puri has made the holy city of Lord Jagannath a holier city and a better place to live."
Father Thayasibo, Asikiri, the Kibo, Onala, so I'm sitting the Munda to the Theo to the Kind by Toto, Kichaman, follow you. Doctor cannot say Kulitin. Say Doctor cannot Kulitin. Say Subway, Rugimanku, Telokoma, Nakotola, Kustorugilamanku, Father Island, some local Guna Katecharia. Say Father Nai, say Pogani Sora. Tako the Hatamadawa, Thomas Hadu.
Born on 30th January 1918 in a village named Palenia near Poznan city in the northwest of Poland, Father Marian was the seventh of the 14 children to Mr. Stanislaw and Mrs. Stanislava. A large vegetable garden on a 20-acre plot and a grinding mill catered to their daily needs. Regular mass at the parish church, various devotions, adorations, and most of all, daily family prayers and rosary gave strength to the Zelazek family. Unfortunately, when Marian was still small, due to some financial crisis, the Zelazek family had to sell their village property and move out to the nearby city of Poznan in 1927, where his father managed the family with a small stationery shop. Through a Polish SVD missionary from Brazil who visited Marian's church on home holidays and left behind an SVD magazine, the little altar boy Marian gained interest in being an SVD. He thus joined the SVD high school in Gurna Grupa near Poznan in 1932. Having joined the SVD novitiate in 1937, Marian began his philosophy in the second year. The monstrous World War II of 1939 forced Marian and his group of 26 seminarians into the Nazi concentration camp at Dachau in May 1940. Marian was grateful to be one of the 10 survivors of this inhuman nightmare that lasted full 5 years, during which 2 of his companions were released on ill health and 14 of them perished, not, as Marian says, by bullets, but by inhuman cruelty of hunger and thirst. After his release from the Dachau concentration camp on 29th April 1945, Marian went back to SVD and was sent to Rome to continue his studies for priesthood. Father Marian was ordained as an SVD priest in Rome on 18 September 1948. He served the Polish immigrants along with pursuing his licentiate in theology at the University of St. Anselm. It was only after his ordination and licentiate studies that he went back to his homeland and celebrated his first Mass with the family. As a Divine Word missionary, Father Marian's first choice was China. But the 1950 Cultural Revolution closed China's doors to foreign missionaries. Thus, Father Marian chose to work in Indian mission. After a long 21-day sea voyage from Genoa in Italy, he landed at Bombay in March 1950 and was assigned to Gangpur mission of Odisha state, the second SVD missionary in India, that later gained the name Sambalpur Diocese. Father Marian landed at Kesramal, the first mission station of Gangpur mission, and after a short stay was sent to Banjnagar in November 1950 to learn the state language Odia, so as to equip him to begin an SVD apostolic school and recruit and train local vocations. As the vocation promoter, as the director of apostolic school, and as secretary of the diocesan Catholic schools committee, Father Marian served in and around Hamirpur, Rourkela for 25 long years. Having gained proficiency in Odia, Sadri and Hindi, he worked hard for the empowerment of Adivasis through education. He gets the credit of having obtained government recognition to 175 mission schools and many others eligible for government grant in aid for payment of teachers. As the first parish priest of Bondamunda in 1969, Father Marian built not only the new church and the bell tower, but also transformed this large railway shunting yard into a full-fledged parish with a lively Christian community. His grotto in honor of the Black Madonna of Poland attracted many. He was also instrumental in bringing the Holy Spirit Sisters to Bondamunda, their first community in Odisha. Under obedience to his regional superior, Father Liam Horsfall SVD, Father Marian took up the new mission in June 1975 in Puri, the holy city of the Hindu community. The inhuman sufferings of the Nazis at the concentration camp in Dachau made Father Marian convinced to incarnate into the lives of the uncared, unloved and the unwanted, especially the lepers, and be transformed into their loving Bappa, meaning Father.
बहुत ये करी भल पाई भर मत जो आसवे आगुआ मो पाक आसवे आसिक मोर मत लुगा पिंधे चौचुक नहीं धरिक मत चौचुक नहीं रेक्सार बसईकि मेरियानी फादर आईले आमर एठू घोणा छाड़ा नाइले बापा इनते पैसा टाक ने तेजा पर धोइबे नोट को बुडेबे इनते करथला भारी घुणा करथले साइड मेरियानी फादर आनी सबुआरे देखई बसी उठी खाई पी कि संग साथी हेकि गल नले एते घुणा करथले मां मन को आपा माई रास्ता रे चले दो नथले से साइड माई क्या को सब कर छंदी आपा कर देखि चाली गले उडेसिनी गोड़ा उडेसिनी कर देसिनी हां गाती देसिनी खाइबा को दोसनी मिसे आज जांगे मु खाउची जांगर दाना पानी खाउची भगवान ईश्वर तांको नहीं गले मत हेले नेले कि किछ नहीं आपा को मेरियान भातर को नहीं गले मत रखी दे ये कष्ट पाइबो बुढ़ी बड़ी मत छाड़ दे गिरी मत खूब दे संगी है तांको केबे निंदी पारिबिनी हो अने से ईश्वर भलो रखो.
The small and dilapidated existing chapel at Puri, under the pastoral care of Father Marian, rose to be a beautiful parish community with a new church inaugurated in 1984. Reading the signs of the time, sensing the dire need for inter-religious dialogue, he set up a library cum research center in the parish campus to invite people of all faiths, which is well patronized by the public till today. Father Marian realized that Puri attracted not only Jagannath devotees but also thousands of beggars, most of whom were lepers. They landed here to make a living out of begging as well as to escape social ostracization. They were mostly at the mercy of the vagaries of nature, without a roof over their heads and without any medical help. Father Marian turned his merciful gaze on them.
तांकर देहर गोटे ऐश्वर्यक शक्ति गोटे थिला ईश्वरक शक्ति गोटे थिला से जो साई भितर आमर पशि जाती आमको बहुत शांति लगे भल लगे देखा आम फादर आसिले आमर भगवान आसिले बोली आम भावु जो घर लोक गाँ लोक सब बंधु बांधव घृणा कले से आम जानी आमर कहीं ना देखला बेलू फादर जो आमको पचारे सब दुख बुझे आम जानलु फादर आमर भगवान ये आमको जन्म दे तेणु पालन कर फादर बर्तमान सी मरीगले दाना पानी आम प्रतिपालित हो ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କରି ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ପାଉଛୁ ଆଜି ଡ୍ରେସିଂ ମେଡ଼ିକାଲ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଔଷଧପତ୍ର ଆଜି ଝାଡ଼ାରେ କି ରୋଗଟେ କ'ଣ ହେଲା ସେଇଠିକି ଆମେ ଯାଉଛୁ ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆମେ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ପାଉଛୁ ନା ଆଉ ଆମେ ଜାଣୁଛୁ ସେ ସ୍ୱର୍ଗରେ ଥାଇକିରି ଆମକୁ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
With the assistance of Maria Bambino sisters, he started a mobile dispensary to cater to the diagnosis and treatment of these abandoned lepers.
Then his life of dedication, I appreciate so much because he spent his time and energy for their sake.
A dispensary equipped with a pathological lab in the church premises proved beneficial as one could come for treatment without being noticed by others. The Puri administration cooperated with this selfless man of God. By 1980, the mobile dispensary got rooted as Karunalaya Leprosy Care Center in the leper village itself, with medical facilities inclusive of OPD, diagnosis center, dental clinic and a 24-bed ward with regular visiting leprosy specialists and trained paramedical staff.
Father Zelazek has done wonderful service in Puri city for leprosy patients all round. Means treatment, this rehabilitation, their children's education, and otherwise helping the needy. Suppose some patients then want to have an operation anywhere, he was helping with open heart and means hearing their agony was very much affected. I have shared his agony. We have shared many things, and in heaven his soul must be very happy, very happy. He is too, for example, this leprosy, Karunalaya and Battery School, par excellence, both are doing good service. At present, for you people's kind information, after 9th institution born, this is the only institution in Puri doing human service to this leprosy patient. I have seen, and these fellows also are the witness.
Once the basic medical needs were met, Father Marian started looking into various other needs of the lepers and their families. First of all, he started a housing project to provide them decent homes. Many of them, due to their physical disabilities, could not go for begging and suffered hunger and malnutrition. Hence, Father Marian started Mercy Kitchen to feed them freely. He also clothed them, provided toiletries, and also organized the last rites after their death. As of today, about 100 leprosy patients are enrolled on the Mercy Kitchen roll.
मते घर देइचंती थैथान करचंती मो स्त्री अछि मो 3 जण पिला अछंती आउ से नथिले हम एठी थैथान हे पारि न थांतु से हमको एठी बापा माँ भलिया हमको घर द्वार करिकि रखिकि वासबस करिकि हमको थैथान करिकि जाइछंती आउ तांकर कथा हमें कहबाकू भारी दुख लागुची सी हमर बापा सी हमर माँ हमर सी भगवान सी आमे हमको सी बहुत चिकित्सा करिसंती आउ तापरे घर द्वार सब हमको कर देइसंती हम रहिबा पई सब व्यवस्था कर देइसंती तापरे वर्तमान एखिनी मेस रे मते खाइबा को दउचंती मो तांको चरण तल कोटि कोटि नमस्कार सी भगवान सी हमर माँ बाप से समस्त सी माँ
हमको 3 टाइम खाना दिया जाता है, सुबह नाश्ता दिया जाता है, चाय दिया जाता है। अभी दोपहर को चावल दाल और सब्जी दिया जाता है और उसके साथ एक अंडा। और हम का यहाँ टोटल 60 आदमी हैं, 60 पेशेंट खाते हैं और का महीना में 4 बार मीट या तो मछली होता है। फादर की वजह से आदमी लोग का परिवर्तन हो गया, मतलब उनका अवस्था बहुत बाहर का आदमी भी बहुत उनको घृणा करता था, जैसे उनको छूने के लिए छूते भी नहीं थे। वो जब रास्ता में जाते थे तो साइड होकर जाते थे। तो फादर की वजह से अभी बहुत कुछ सुधार गया है।
Father Marian also felt the urgent need to take utmost care of the children of the lepers so that they may not fall prey to the same dreaded disease. With this noble thought, he began a children's home that provided them nutritious food and timely medical aid. A primary school was exclusively built for them as they were not accepted in other schools. To make these socially and economically outcast lepers self-reliant, Father Marian began an agricultural farm to grow coconuts and vegetables, a poultry farm, a fish farm for pisciculture.
आज्ञा आमर टोटाल ये नड़िया माछ आउ गाई काउ फार्म टोटाल जहाँ ये आम इनकम होती हॉस्टेल पिला एवं लेपुरुष लोक ही होता
A workshop for orthopedic shoe manufacturing.
सेम मेडिसिन घर तैयारी है तब जूता कारखाना तैयारी जूता कारखाना तैयारी होला परे मते फादर कहले देखो प्रॉब्लम चलो जूता काम तैयारी करियो उनको फादर वो तो कुछ जानी नहीं ना निजे मास्टर डके के तब ट्रेनिंग दे किसी दिन काम सिखला पर काम सिखी जो पर मास्टर चले गले से दिन तो प्राय 77 मसिया यही अनुष्ठान रे हेल्पर थी हेल्पर थे तो आस्ते आस्ते सेमती काम चली भाई भौणी काम माँ मौसी काम करुँगी फादर मत रक्षा करदे भिक मागे दूर करदे.
A unit for coir and jute products manufacturing and a tailoring unit for women, all managed and run by the cured leprosy patients themselves.
कॉलोनी लोक मैंने जो मैंने रोगी थे मेडिसिन खाई रोगमुक्त हो जाती एवं से काम देवा उद्देश्य आम यहाँ करूँ समस्ते झील बो माँ मैंने आसी काम कर सुजोग दि जाऊँगी बेकार घरे बसिकी बसवा अपेक्षा निजे ये किसी निजर रोजगार कर निजर परिवार मेंटेनेंस कर.
The products are sold to the colony inmates, children's hostel, mercy kitchen, etc. Father Marian also sponsored the deserving and the poor children for their basic education and specialized training in nursing, computers, etc., who today total around 500. All these activities emanated from Father Marian besides his pastoral ministry as a parish priest of Puri. When Father Marian realized the need for a full-time involvement, he took a transfer from the parish and in 1991 began to live in a plot of land donated by YMCA in close vicinity to the leper colony, baptizing it as Isopanti Ashram. The little dilapidated chapel at the center of the plot, with a faded picture of Jesus Christ, which he renovated immediately, became the main source of strength and refuge to all seasons for all the spiritual activities.
He got no sparing of himself and no comfort shown or giving his very life. This virtuous life derived from his very spirituality. I appreciate.
Father Marian became a Bapa to all who came in contact with him, because in whatever he did, there was compassion, concern, sympathy and love for all without any distinction.
फादर मारियन हमारा गॉड है. वो हम जब पैदा हुआ 1 साल से हुआ था, वो हमको गोद में लेकर यहाँ घूमे थे. फादर मारियन वो हमारा गॉड है. फादर मारियन जैसा वो नहीं आएगा.
Father Mariano was a man, a very secular man. He respected, though he was a father, a Catholic priest, he had lot of respect for the people of other religion. service was his main intention. Doesn't matter which religion you belong to. He was a very ecumenical man. Under his leadership, it was his dream to unite all the churches in Puri town under one umbrella. Father Marian was an extraordinary man. There are many examples that I can cite, but to quote a few, I would say that he was such an inspiration for so many people. Father Mariano was kind of godfather to me. I have learned so much from him that till my last breath, I will never forget him. He has touched me, he has touched my heart, and he has inspired me so much with the good work that he has done in this town, especially for the lepers. Makes me feel that he was an angel, that we always miss him.
His inter-religious dialogue approach made him more of a Puri Ponda than a European Christian missionary. People of every category came to visit and pay their respect to this man of God, who felt equally at home with the lepers and the chief priest of Jagannath temple as well.
Father Marian Zelazek was a man who bridged the gap between or among religions. He was a peacemaker who knew how to approach the people of different religions, here in India especially Hindus, Muslims, and we all know how excellent were his relationships with the Pandits of Jagannath temple in Puri.
Father Marian still had one more dream to be fulfilled. A center of Christian spirituality and dialogue that would act as an epitome of Christian witness in Puri, and home for prayer, retreats, interreligious dialogue, yoga, etc. Months before his death, his dream got realized, and St. Arnold's Center for Spirituality, Dialogue and Counseling was inaugurated in January 2001. For the Marian's missionary journey of 56 years in India, of which 31 years in Puri, came to a sudden halt on 30th April 2006. He who wished to die with his shoes on had this desire fulfilled as he walked to his car after attending the annual auspicious festival of Akshaya Tritiya and collapsed suddenly in the arms of his accompanying leper friends due to massive cardiac arrest. The world didn't fail to capture Father Marian's humble service. He was twice nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1992 and 1993. Today, numerous books and documentaries expound his missionary journey in the service of humanity.
Father Marian was a man for all and for all seasons. He was very outreaching. His generosity benefited everyone, even those who gave him immense trouble. He was ready to help everyone and was ready for all occasions.
Father Marian Zelazek was a great son of Poland, his motherland, and a great son of India. In fact, he has served in India more than in Poland.
As we fondly remember Father Marian Zelazek on the 10th anniversary of his sudden parting from his mission land of the lepers, the poor, the unwanted and the needy children, the conference of SVD India East Province, with great vigor and vitality, carry forward all his initiatives, recalling his spirit in his own words. It is not difficult to be good, provided you want to be so.
When he expired that day also,
I ran like anything at 4 o'clock morning in this road. All dogs are barking to see me. They thought I am thief or what. Then father, what is his name? I have forgotten. Father was that time. Then they told, brother, no staff at all, but who is this lady sitting from the 4 o'clock night to 9 o'clock? Then we came to school to see the students. Then we cry, we pray to God. Father is a holy man and good man. This is my life with Father Marian.
The humble primary school, Beatrix School, which is started for the children of the lepers, has grown into a high school aptly named for the Marian Memorial Beatrix High School. It is patronized by all the children of the neighborhood, irrespective of caste, creed and color, with a strength of more than 650 students.
I am indeed happy to be here to carry on the work that Father Marian started here in Puri, in the Karnalaya Leprosy Care Center. The school that Father initiated from this very place, under these trees, and later he himself built it up to the 7th class level, is now completed up to 10th class level, and 2 groups have written the exam. And other aspects of work that Father carried out are rather going well, including the treatment of the leprosy patients and the treatment of the victims of the leprosy. Sad to say that after so many years of work, we still have a few patients every year being treated new for the disease. And the doctor who is coming faithfully carrying on the job well. The hospital has undergone a major renovation, and it is definitely a better place for the patients who come there. The Mercy Kitchen is serving the needs of many handicapped people for their food, for their clothing, for their stationery, also for their cremation. And an important thing that Father started, the housing. We have taken up a second step to get it renovated and rebuilt, since it was getting dilapidated slowly. The Jutan Choir Center is taking another step ahead through mechanizing the loom to make the rope. The Asha Bagicha, the Garden of Hope, also has taken a turn one step ahead with growing 15 cows there, which gives milk to the Mercy Kitchen and to the children in the hostel. We are indeed grateful to Father Marian for the great work that he once did and for the great blessings that he continues to give us through many people's help across the globe. In this occasion, I thank each one of those people who are keenly interested in the welfare of the people.
As desired by so many of his admirers and beneficiaries, both in India and Poland, we have begun to pray earnestly for the speedy process of the beatification of Father Marian, a simple, humble, and truly a man of God, who by his presence in Puri has truly made the holy city of Lord Jagannath a holier city and a better place to live. May His Spirit live forever in the lives and hearts of us all.